Star Wars Celebration was incredible this year. With first look at the Acolytes and Young Jedi adventures, the High Republic is an era of Star Wars that is quickly becoming a need to know. And with more projects on the way, there is no better time to become invested in the High Republic than right now. As of now, the High Republic story has been told through comics and novels, and they are releasing fast. So fast that even die-hard Star Wars fans such as myself can find it challenging to keep up with the ever-growing High Republic. Which is why I am starting this series. Over the course of the however many videos it takes, I will talk in detail about the events, characters, and history of the High Republic, and flesh out this new era of Star Wars. If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more High Republic content. That being said, let's begin with the first book, Light of the Jedi, and its opening story, The Great Disaster. Set 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace, the Republic was at peace. Chancellor Lina Soh is only a few weeks away from unveiling the Starlight beacon to the galaxy, a beacon of hope that will help bring the Republic's warm embrace to the Outer Rim. The Outer Rim is a place of opportunity for a people with nowhere left to turn. It isn't considered to be a place people move to become rich, more a place that they can start over and live a somewhat happy and peaceful life. Ships from all over the galaxy will transport desperate people to the Outer Rim worlds and help them begin their new lives. One of these ships is the Legacy Run. Captained by Hayda Cassette, the Legacy Run was a transport freighter that on its final voyage carried around 9,000 colonists from the core worlds and their colonies to the Outer Rim territory. Captain Cassette had just completed her rounds and resumed control of the Legacy Run from her first officer, Jerry Bowman, when she was alerted to a sudden obstacle in their hyperspace lane. The object was only a few seconds away from impact, a situation that was believed to be highly unlikely, as though someone had put the obstacle there on purpose. Captain Cassette attempted to steer the ship clear of the obstacle, but given the ship's old age, the maneuver tore the ship apart, killing Cassette, Bowman, and the others on the bridge. In a last-ditch effort to save the 9,000 souls on board, Cassette sealed the various compartments on the ship and died, not knowing if they were successful in saving anyone. The first to detect the Legacy Run's destruction are a couple of scan techs, Marvin Getter and Vel Karen, who worked in the Hetzal system. They were preparing to call it a day when they detected something coming out of hyperspace at rapid speeds. They only had enough time to send out a warning signal to the rest of the Hetzal system before their station was destroyed by the debris. Confusion ensued throughout the Hetzal system, since no one knew the reason for the alert. Kevin Tarr, a member of the Ministry of Technology, was able to map the destructive path of the debris as well as the damage it had already caused. Minister Zefrin Eka sent out a distress signal and issued a system-wide evacuation. The evacuation order caused panic since there was not enough starships available to help evacuate the 40 billion souls of the Hetzal system. Many others didn't even think it was real to begin with, and played the whole thing off as a hoax. But then hope rang as Eka received a message. This is Jedi Master Avar Kriss. Help is on the way. Leading the rescue effort from the bridge of the Third Horizon, Jedi Master Avar Kriss would use the Force to coordinate the Jedi efforts. Many Jedi arrived to help, including Master Loden Greatstorm and his Padawan Belzethar, who departed on a Jedi Vector nicknamed Nova to Hetzal Prime. Zadafar sensed heightened emotional turmoil and directed their flight towards the site, where a wealthy family had a private compound with a large starship yacht and were refusing to help the citizens trying to escape the oncoming danger. The guards to the compound were adamant about not allowing the citizens to enter, even firing on the two Jedi once they were distracted by a band of marauders trying to take the yacht for themselves. Great Storm was able to incapacitate the Marauders without killing them and used the Force to knock down the gate to the compound. The guards lowered their weapons and allowed the citizens to board. Meanwhile, a long-beam cruiser, the Aurora 3, along with Jedi Knights Tiami, Mikkel Setmani, and Nib Azek, prepared to destroy one of the anomalies heading for a collision course with Hetzel's Fruit Moon. However, they were stopped by Azek's Wookiee apprentice Bariaga after he sensed life forms aboard the anomaly. This is when the Jedi realized that there were survivors of the Legacy Run's destruction. Avar Kriss changed their mission objective to not only include saving the Hetzalians, but also the survivors of the Legacy Run. The Jedi aboard the Aurora 3 used their Jedi abilities to form a sort of lasso around the containers of the Legacy Run, then used the Aurora 3's grappling cables to successfully bring the containers to a halt, averting a collision and saving the individuals inside. Master Kriss sent 9 other containers with survivors and ordered for Republic crew and Jedi to save the people on board those containers. Things were seeming to settle down until another object with no survivors aboard shot out of hyperspace on a direct course for an R-class star. The object was a massive container of liquid Tibanna that would destroy the entire Hetzal system and everyone still in it if it impacted with the star. After helping load refugees onto the Third Horizon, Kriss stayed on the planet's surface and trusted that the combined strength of the Jedi would be enough to push the container of Tibanna away from the star. Requesting their help, the Jedi bound together through the Force. The task was a strain on all of the Jedi, and many lost consciousness. Avar Kriss could feel each Jedi as they collapsed from exhaustion, including Jedi Knight Ra Barassi, who fell to his death after losing consciousness. The Song of the Force fell silent as the container moved out of harm's way. Kriss fell to her knees, relieved. The Hetzal system was saved, but pieces of the Legacy Run would continue to fall out of hyperspace at random over the coming weeks. These became known as the Emergences, and Chancellor So issued a temporary closure of all hyperspace lanes in the area as Republic task forces worked to contain them. It would later be revealed that a band of pirates known as the Nihil were the cause of the Great Disaster. Their leader, Marchion Ro, had a vision of ruining the Jedi and demolishing the Republic's galactic expansion for reasons tied to his family, but we'll touch on that in a different video. While I couldn't find a death count of everyone who lost their lives during the Great Disaster, it could be assumed that a large number of people were unable to escape the barrage of debris coming out of hyperspace, and many who did survive were left homeless as theirs were destroyed. The disaster had effects all across the galaxy, but I wanted to focus on the main event that took place during the first part of Light of the Jedi. This event kicked off the High Republic content, and other stories are tied to it, which I will cover in future videos. And yeah, that's about all I have for you. If there's any extra details you'd like to share that I missed or something like that, please comment them below. If you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to learn more about the High Republic and other Star Wars content that I plan to do in the future, then please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video. Thank you for watching, and remember, we are all the Republic.